The Northeast DuBois School Corporation reaches a new agreement with its teachers. A Birdseye woman is seriously injured after jumping from a moving vehicle and the driver arrested on multiple charges. And Voices of Schnellville is the topic on WJTS Inform. These stories, sports, and weather are coming up in the 18 WJTS News. This is the WJTS News. I'm Bill Potter in for Bradford Raths, who is on assignment with the President's visit to Gibson County, and I ask that you please excuse the cold. At a special meeting last night, the Northeast DuBois School Corporation Board approved the new contract between the district and its Teachers Association. The agreement was brokered with the help of Veronica Hobbs from the Indiana State Teachers Association. Now, under the terms of the new agreement, teachers are seeing no increase in pay for the second straight year. School officials say that actually amounts to a pay cut, as insurance costs have risen by 8% for the upcoming school year. This comes on the heels of a 4% increase in insurance costs from last year. Insurance costs are covered by the corporation employees. Northeast DuBois School Superintendent Bill Hoaxang read a full-page statement to the board last night. In the statement, Hoaxang expressed his concern for the future of education in light of recent funding cuts in the Indiana legislature.
I wish the legislatures would truly see what great things are happening in our schools and begin to support our efforts. I feel they have forgotten the essential role education has played in the success in their own lives, and that an education is the most important aspect in leaving a legacy for our children. Public education as we know it is in grave danger. Our legislatures need to know just how much we care about our schools, and we need their support.
Hoaxang pointed to the $350 million cut in state funding for the K through 12 education that was made back in 2009 by former Governor Mitch Daniels. Hoaxang says only $50 million of that money has been returned to the schools, thus leaving a $300 million reduction in yearly funding. Hoaxang further stated that of the $2 billion surplus that the state often touts, $1.5 billion of that came by way of the $300 million a year cut over 5 years. Despite the shortcomings, Hoaxang stated he is thankful for the work of everyone in the corporation to keep things going in the right direction.
Northeast DuBois is surviving. Like every other school corporation in this state, we are surviving by a slim margin. We are surviving because of our dedicated, caring, and giving people. To all Northeast DuBois employees, thank you for truly putting kids first. I am humbled to be a part of this school corporation, and hopefully better days are ahead. Let's keep working together for all our students. Thank you, William G. Hoaxang, Superintendent, Northeast DuBois.
The board voted unanimously to approve the new contract. In other business last night, the board received approval for a second school safety grant. The new grant is for $35,000 and will go towards keyless entry systems at the high school and middle school, along with new classroom doors for the high school. Hoaxang says the money will come in handy.
School safety has really come to the forefront everywhere, and we want to do the best we can as well as anyone else. So, we got $15,000 last year, and we remodeled the high school, and that's working great. And we looked at the rest of our facilities and said, if we can get $35,000, let's go for it. So we're fixing things that are on maybes, but we thought, why not while we only have to pay for half of it. So we put in everything we possibly think of, and we got it. So it just makes sense to do it at this time if they're going to pay half of it for us.
Hoaxang says keeping school buildings safe remains a top priority now and into the future. A Birdseye man was taken into custody early this morning for allegedly driving while impaired and leaving the scene of a serious bodily injury accident after a passenger apparently jumped from the SUV he was driving, seriously injuring the woman. The Du Bois County Sheriff's Office says just before 1 a.m., 22-year-old Tyler O'Keefe of Birdseye was headed southbound on County Road 1175 East, south of County Road 425 South, and by investigation, authorities found that one of 3 passengers in O'Keefe's vehicle, or the Jeep, 22-year-old Jalen Staggs, also of Birdseye, jumped from the moving vehicle and was injured. Deputies report that Staggs was taken by ambulance to Memorial Hospital in Jasper before being transferred to St. Mary's Medical Center in Evansville, where she was listed in critical condition. Police say O'Keefe fled the scene on foot and was located in a garage next to his residence. Authorities said a drug screen at the hospital showed O'Keefe had marijuana, methamphetamine, and opiates in his system. O'Keefe was booked into the Du Bois County Security Center on a level 3 felony count of leaving the scene of an accident resulting in serious bodily injury and misdemeanor counts of operating a vehicle under the influence of drugs and operating while intoxicated. WJTS TV 18 News will continue in a moment. WJTS, local people watching local people.